Let's see what Mary can inspire us with today. The mind is the source of bondage or liberation, sorrow or joy. So the mind is the source of bondage or liberation, sorrow or joy. When I read this inspiration, I immediately think of the 2021, holding those to help us to clear our minds and to liberate ourselves from that bondage. So for me, this is really the harmonizing safety energy lock for the mind. And today I wanted to talk about our butt, about safety energy lock number 25, because in the last 2 weeks I have seen that so many people really have accumulation around the 25. And so I was just wondering about that, and I was thinking, could that be because we are sitting so much more than we normally did, or we are moving less? We do not have to commute. Maybe we walk a little bit less because we are not going in so many places. Maybe we travel less, or we have done less sport than we normally do. But it was really something that was catching my attention. I was really sometimes you can really see like a general picture in your practice. And this was around the butt, about the accumulations around our sit bones. And this area is so important for the energy to flow down the legs and up the legs. So when this safety energy lock on the butt is blocking, or energy is stagnating there you can find that accumulation starting around the coccyx, and that will bring again organ flows into trouble. So keeping that 25 safety energy lock open is really, really important. And that's what I wanted to bring our attention to today. Today is a 7-day, and 25 is also a 7. And the beautiful thing, I think, to me also, 25 has a connection with B. Because when we look at the number that is connected to the B, we have A, B, so the B is a 2. And then A, B, C until the 5. The 5 is the letter E, A. In English, I always am confused how to pronounce it, but it's in Dutch, of course, an A. So when you look at the B, you could see that there's a connection between that 25 and just being. And that's what I wanted to do with you today. And I really wanted to clear that whole area around our sit bones. And I wanted to do that one by one. We will place our hands under the butt, under the sit bone, or there where your leg is meeting your butt. That's the area where the 25 lives. And I thought, let's place our hands just under our butts. I especially took another chair today because last week I was not really comfortable on that chair. My arms were not free to move freely. So of course you can do this lying down, but it's more easy, I think, when you're sitting. So I took another chair than I normally on to be able to do this exercise as freely and relaxed as possible. And what I wanted to start to do is we have both hands under our butts, safety energy lock number 25, which means quietly regenerating, and then really clear out the whole area around our sit bone. So we start with the left side and then go on to the right side. But I wanted to take a pause a little bit in between, so you can really feel the difference between really clearing out the whole area and only holding your hands there. And also to really experience the difference between the left side and the right side then, and to experience what this easy and simple exercise can do for you. So sit on your hands, And you can do it like this, and when your chair is too hard, of course you can do it like this, but then of course it's a little bit more difficult to really go around that whole sit bone area. So I have a cushion, a blanket on my chair, so that my hands can be there and not be hurt, or that it's not painful to my hands. So yeah, sit on your hands, on the palm of your hands, if that's comfortable for you now, and otherwise you can do it another time. Also, repeat it a time, and yeah, sit on your hands with the palms upwards if possible, and just place that left hand a little bit closer to the middle of your body, so to the coccyx, in Dutch het stuitje, so that you are really starting there to start as close as possible to the coccyx, to the middle of the body. And I will guide us through this. But let us first settle down on our hands. Make it as easy as possible for yourself. If this is not comfortable for you, you can also hold the left middle finger and just start to relax your shoulders, your hands, and the tips of your fingers of the left hand are now as close to the coccyx as possible. And if you do not like to sit on your hands like this, simply hold the middle finger as said, or place your hands on the sides of the hip, or so instead of sitting on it, you simply place your hands on the sides at the same height. Maybe you want to replace the tip of your fingers a little bit. So just find how you like to really clear the whole sit bone area. Increment by increment. And this simple exercise is also called jogging for the lazy people. It's really helpful for your physical condition and helps your body to regenerate. Maybe you like to replace again a little bit. Just replacing your fingers to really clear out that whole 25 area and that area around the sit bone. And every time that you replace your fingers, get back into that relaxation, the dropping of your shoulders, exhaling down the front, and receiving a new breath up the back. Replacing the fingers again a little bit. Just going around that sit bone, relaxing again. Maybe you also feel a difference in the areas that you're touching. Some areas may feel a little bit more tense or full. Other areas may feel a little bit empty, maybe. Then maybe replace again a little bit. And then just take your hands from under your butt for a moment, just to feel if you can feel a difference between the left side that you cleared out, a little bit more detailed than the right side. And then replace the hands again under the sit bone, or there where your leg and your butt is touching each other or meeting each other. And then we are going to clear out the right side too, going around that whole sit bone area. Just exhale, drop the shoulders. Let's replace the fingers again, going through the whole area. Again, this time the right side, increment by increment. Maybe you notice that your breath starts to harmonize or deepen. Maybe you feel that a pulsation starts in your hands. Just be aware what's happening for you. Replace your fingers to the next increment. And allow your fingers to guide you. Allow them to go where they want to go in this area. They are probably going to find the more tense part or the part that needs some attention. So replace the fingers again. Allowing that energy to move freely from the upper part of your body to the feet and back up. And energy needs to be able to go down, to be able to go up, and it needs to be able to go up, to be able to go down. So important that the energy is moving through the body, from head to toe, from toe to head. Replace the fingers again. Maybe you are also noticing that there is a movement starting between your hands. Let just stay for a little bit. I'm going to move my hand for the last time. Just because that feels as if that's more balancing. And I can really feel the movement starting between those two areas, between those two hip bones or sit bones. Such an important area to keep in balance, to keep moving. And just let go of this safety energy lock number 25 on the sit bone or on that area where leg meets butt, and just feel how you're sitting on that chair now. Maybe you can feel that the weight on both sides is the same. Maybe you can relax even a little bit more. And if you're ready, you can open your eyes or just simply stay with it for a little while more, just because it's so nice. And those 25, they have saved me so many times when I was tired, sometimes too tired to bring my children to their beds, or so tired in the afternoon when the children were smaller, and then they were coming back from school, and of course they were tired too. So I don't think that's a good combination, a mother that's tired and children who are tired. So, yeah, I have done this exercise so many times just before getting them from school or just before uh, bringing them to their beds, just while they were maybe playing. And I had some time while drinking my tea or my coffee, I could easily do this exercise. You can also do it with just one hand first and then the other hand. So you can call a friend and do this exercise, or do something else with one hand and simply help yourself by clearing out that sit bone area and really give yourself some regenerative energy. And yeah, there are two stories of Mary who was using this 25 also a lot. One was that she was always sitting on her knees with her heels to this sit bone area, because when Jinsen Jutsu started, they were still working on the ground on very low tables. So she was always on her knees with her heels into her 25s. And so I know that I think Sarah once asked her, "How are you doing this?" Because she had so many, so many clients, and how come that you're not becoming tired? And she said, "I'm sitting on my 25s the whole day," because she was sitting on her knees with the heels very deliberately on those 25s. And the other story that has been told about this is that one time she got a jogging suit, how do you say it, for her birthday, because her sons thought it would be good for her to exercise, and they invited her to come with them. They bought her running shoes and that jogging suit, and then yeah, they went out for a run. But Mary, of course, much older than they were, outrun them. And they were surprised because every time they looked over their shoulder, they saw that Mary was right behind them. And yeah, after a while, they were like, "Yeah, how come that you have never run? How come that you can keep up with us?" And then she said, "Yeah, I'm sitting on my 25s." And so it's called jogging for the lazy. I think it's really nice to have this exercise when you sit a lot. And we have been sitting a lot. So when you recognize this with yourself, or you know that you have been sitting a little bit more than you used to, or sometimes we need to sit because we have like an injury on our ankle or something like that, this exercise can help you to keep your physical condition in a perfect condition. And yeah, use it. You can use it this way, or just simply sit on your hands and enjoy the sitting on your hands and that regenerative energy that will start to flow through your body. So thank you for today. It was very nice to be with you. And yeah, I hope to see you next week. And who knows what's coming up next week. And yeah, enjoy your evening or your day when it's daytime at your where you're living. Okay, thank you.